One check, mic check, one check, yeah. Hello everyone, this is your host, Rap Raven. We'll be starting our fantastic show as we go. Have I posted the thing? I probably have, right? Oh, maybe I haven't. Hold on. Did I post it? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was going mad. All right, tell your family, tell your friends, tell a friend we are live. Let me get the PDF to show what the show is about today. See, okay, we go. Oh, excellent. Looks like we are the 192nd show. That's right, almost 200. I wonder what we should do for the 200th show. I don't know. We have to think of something. All right, there you go. Live. Tell your friends we're live and put that on this screen and then put that on that screen. Excellent. All right, so welcome to Black Betterment building. This is Betterment Broadcast. Don't forget to follow the Instagram page. I'm doing a terrible job of promoting it. Very terrible. What are you going to do, eh? I'll put that out there so you can follow it. If you're not following it, follow it. It's good. It's got some stuff in there that you might like. Also, we create campaigns here for it, so do it. All right, so let's start with how we always start. Do you know about the triple tragedies? Oh, no, you might not. That's white supremacy, anti-black racism, and the Ma'afa. Well, unfortunately, these three tragedies have caused what we call the double dilemma. And that is black people can be individually efficient, but are collectively inadequate. Oh, no. And also, black people may know a friendly non-black person. However, collectively, black people have no friends. You're thinking, why would you even say these things? And what is the value of identifying this so-called double dilemma? Because if you have a double dilemma, you must have a single solution, which is Black Betterment. That is a lifestyle of black people helping black people continuously. That's what this is. We promote that on this actual broadcast. If you didn't know, now you know. Sounds fantastic, right? Yes, it does. All right, now there's two types. There's the Black Betterers and the Black Betterment Builder. We can go through that as time goes by. But we tend to focus on three main areas, which is black families, black economics, and black health. So sometimes we find ourselves repeating ourselves because we promote constructive, black men becoming healthy and constructive and trying to, get intelligent and a business, and then marrying a constructive black woman. And that kind of ticks all those three boxes. But sometimes when we say that, we cause anxiety. So one of the topics last week did cause anxiety. And we had brothers jump in to give us their opinions, and hopefully those brothers and sisters will come back. We have to regulate a bit more better now, but we shall break down what that's about. Ignore that. So yeah, double dilemma means we need black betterment. There you go. So when we send out the link, please, if you don't mind, try to practice discipline, dedication, dignity, and discernment. That's right, the 3D values. Sorry, the 4D values. It was updated. So don't forget that, it's all there. If you can use it in your normal life, it'll make life that a little bit more easier. Oh yeah. Try not to use derogatory language if you can. It makes communicating easier when you're talking amongst the community. All right. Here is our two topics. All right. Let me just drink my tea. It's not bad. Right. What is the two topics? Now, my internet? Let me just check my internet. Give me 14 seconds because my internet is so bad. I had to reset it. But I'm using the second one. Let's see, guys. You know what? Now, man, I tell you, everything's falling apart, mate. It's like if I never had a second internet provider, this would be a problem. So, family, if anything goes wrong, just so you know, I'm using a second internet provider because my actual internet provider is rubbish. There you go. So, so any brothers and sisters out there, create a black-owned internet company, and I shall purchase it. Not purchase, well, pay for a package, or I could purchase it if it's cheap enough, or support that kind of stuff. Anyway, where are we? Okay, so the two topics are biracial bonding, part two. What is that? We continue our talk with the biracial community about challenges and the motivations to practice black betterment, and then Ella Janneh's trauma. We look at Ella Janneh's case against Michael Lousada, and review the claims of victim blaming. Okay, and obviously, just so you know, Sean Diddy Combs seen physically assaulting Cassie Ventura in 2016. So I literally, as I come on, the video just came. Unfortunately, it looks like Puff Daddy attacking his ex-girlfriend in 2000. And I don't know if that was hidden by courts or I don't know what it is, but someone's leaked something. So it's there if we want to talk. Obviously, we're very we're very into protecting women here, and obviously the second one is about that, funny enough, but also the third one is now. But yes, we'll unpack that. But what we do before we start on the three topics, we tend to just go through random videos. That's right, random videos that and we give our Black Betterment perspective on it. So while people are getting ready to come on the show and do all the stuff you have to do, I'll go through some of the videos we got. Let me see what we got here. A nice little one to start up. Look at this great video.
Next thing that I want people to know is I consider her a gift from God, and so I treat her just like that.
Proverbs, this is a religious thing. A man's greatest treasure is his wife. She is a gift from God. It's very important. You see the brother. This might even bleed into our topic as well, but you see the brother there, very best pleased with his wife. That's why we want strong black men, strong black women come together.
Wow. He is my hero. And what I mean by that is God gave him as a gift to me. And I treasure him just that way. Whatever he wants, I try my best to provide it. If it's a meal, not a problem. If he wants just to take a ride, I'm there to do that. If he wants just conversation, I say, let's go. If it's a boring night, I say, let's make a picnic in the bed with a blanket and a picnic sandwich. Bottom line is he's my one, and we keep it live for each other. 52 years, he's the air in my lungs.
So we spend our time just making each other happy. And the most important thing in that context, of being a pastor, you got to have God in your life. You got to pray. Because we have some intense moments of fellowship. That's our way of saying, sometimes we don't agree. Okay, and then so.
We got the brother and sister there, aunties and uncle. This showing black love, lasting the years. What's this? What's this one?
Player has forfeited a match after refusing to play against a trans woman. 64-year-old Data Hedman pulled out of the Denmark Open when set to play defending champion 27-year-old Noah Lynn van Leuven in the quarterfinals. Although it was initially reported that she had pulled out due to illness, Hedman confirmed on Twitter that she refused to play van Leuven because she is trans. Hedman wrote, "No fake illness, I said I wouldn't play a man in a ladies event." The trans player van Leuven, who Hedman forfeited against, went on to lose to Bo Greaves in the semi-finals. According to the World Darts Federation, trans women must submit documentation from a medical practitioner that gender reassignment has been ongoing for at least a year to compete in women's competitions. And any transgender person who wishes to participate will be required to show an official government-issued ID that indicates their gender. Matthew Porter, the chief executive of the Professional Darts Corporation, has previously spoken out in support of van Leuven.
Noah Lynn's participation was something that was very welcomed, and we wanted people to focus on her darts rather than anything off the board. So it was the first step for us, and one that we're sure will be followed in the future.
Yeah, so that was sister from, she lives in England, representing England. She was born in Jamaica many years ago. And she refused to play against a transgendered individual, saying that, it's women versus women and men versus men, and this is a form of cheating. So she forfeited. So interesting story there from that sister. What else do we have? Another video. Let's go through the. Oh yeah, this one's interesting. Brother Stevie Wonder's become a citizen. Stevie arrived in Ghana. He's now a citizen. So I believe there's two citizenships. Yeah, I think it's two. He's an American citizen and a Ghanaian citizen. For a drummer, he's obviously a blind brother, and for a drummer, he's automatically going to make a hit song on the drum. We got brother Stevie there, and let's see. I think they have to do some kind of introduction or something.
Mr. Stevie Wonder, you please mention your name. So I,
Stephen Morris,
swear solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Ghana, and I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God. Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, right. So it's interesting there. Maybe we should have something like that when it comes to Black Betterment at some point, at some kind of level, where you're swearing dedication to helping Black people. Very interesting thing there. Big up Ghana and Stevie Wonder there. All right. What's this? Oh yeah, this is for those Doctor Who. Interesting news. Oh, what's this? Yeah, so Doctor Who, he for those who don't know, he's like his famous show in England historically anyway. And yeah, I think he has some power where he can change whenever the guy wants to quit in real life. They just change the actor, so it's some kind of sci-fi technique where. But this time he's become a black gay man. Interesting. So let's see. Stuff I ain't come up to read that, but what let me open some documentary about it. Not documentary, some intro or something. Which one is it? 2 or 1? Let's say is it 1? No, thank you, mate. You can't keep playing the same thing.
Fans. Showrunner Russell T Davies has confirmed that Ncuti Gatwa's first series of Doctor Who will touch on the character's queer energy. While the Doctor's sexuality has never been explicitly stated, it was touched on in last year's first 60th anniversary episode, when LGBTQ+ ally and all-round icon David Tennant said he found Isaac Newton hot.
I took this from a looks like a LGBT kind of news outlet, so that obviously word things in their kind of way.
So hot. Oh. I know that now.
With sex education star Gatwa set to step into the TARDIS for his first full season next month, the Doctor will be played by an out queer actor for the first time. Speaking to Variety, showrunner Davies commented on whether that means that the Doctor's sexuality will be firmly addressed. You're talking about someone who does have a lightness and a joy about him that to me chimes with queer energy, suggesting that previous incarnations of the Time Lord weren't exactly the straightest men. As to how the Doctor's queer energy will present itself, Davies said, it's very rarely driving the story vehemently, but you will see moments exploring it. We're not delivering a neutered Doctor. Gatwa's Doctor won't be the only character bringing bundles of queer energy to the show. In episode 2 of the new series, fans will meet RuPaul's Drag Race 2-time winner, Jinx Monsoon, as the Maestro, probably the Doctor's campest villain to date. The new series is set to premiere on the 11th of May on...
So in Doctor Who, they've got a black man who's gay or queer, or the terms, you know. And we always said that about that's the quotas, if you want to get gay, homosexuals, disabled, ethnic, black, and all that good stuff, and just put it in. So you might get that kind of that balance. That I don't know if you get a true balance of the black population. But once again, Black Baron, we say if we can make our own media channels, our own shows, and then that way you can get more accurate representation of the black community and the needs that we feel that's most important, the creativity that we want to go down. That's what we're seeing there. So Doctor Who is a black guy and he's gay. Interesting. Okay, let's see, shall we? Well, a little sign for us. Let your family know we're live. We're going to start the show in maybe 7 minutes. Well, 6 minutes or so. We'll go into topics. Just listen. Maybe 3 minutes. Really. See what Wilson has to say. Oh my phone.
Psychotherapist. I want to have a black baby.
Why?
I say why because white people. If we look at the skin color white. White is the genetic inability to produce color. It is a genetic deficiency state. It is a form of albinism. It has never been discussed in this way, but genetically, biologically, this is what it is. White people they don't have the capacity to produce color. They wish they could. This is why they spend a lot of time suntanning, makeup, all of that is trying to give color to colorless skins, okay? Now, because they have this deep psychological need, they are the only people in the world, they are the minority in the world who cannot produce color. And so they can't produce it, they can't make it on their own. They try to suntan, and then at the sexual level, They have attractions to people who can give them the illusion that they have participated in the production of color. So the white man has gone all over the entire world, having sexual relations with every group of non-white women that he meets. The white woman, when she has been allowed to, sexually aggressive towards men of color.
She is allowed to.
And so then she, you know, she gives vent verbally to that fantasy. I want to have a product of color because this is the one thing that I can't do.
Yes, Francis talking about white women, I guess, going after black men. Very important. So let's go back to the thing then. All right, so this is the bring up Brother Dominic, very important contributor. Bring up everyone else live in the place, and those who are going to be live in future times when they watch it on the playback. Well done to all. Tell your family we're live. We're here for you. That's what we're here to do, and all that. It's a bit whatever. Anyway, so we got 3 topics. We have the biracial bonding part 2. We started biracial bonding part 1 last week, but it wasn't announced because we had no idea if the brother was going to jump on. He's welcome, or anyone else is welcome to jump on top of this topic. We might have to try to control it a bit more better than last week. But we'll probably go in a second. I saw a few shots of Ella Janneh's trauma. We look at, this is a case that there's a place called Sister Space, and they're covering this, so I thought I should cover it. And I'll let them say it, and then I'll try to, let me find her name and get more, so I can read stuff. I can read the case maybe. Did I type her name in? Yeah, Sister Space. Let's try that one. Yeah, okay, that'll be fine. Is it the one? Yeah, okay, let's go. Accept cookies. Anyway, where are we? Yeah, and then obviously some videos coming of Puff Daddy, Sean Diddy something. Unfortunately, there's a video in 2016 of him attacking his then girlfriend who settled in court for 15 million or something like this, about maybe a separate issue or collated issues. But it's come up, so we just put it just in case people want to cover it. We definitely want to support and women. We don't want anyone being attacked by men. That's not bad. Right. So what we're gonna do is let's go to the Ella Janneh trauma thing first, or maybe let's do that one. So let's see what the video says of that. And then when the sisters posted the video, just so if you don't know, because it's very small news in the sense of like algorithms and stuff, which is unfortunate. Hence why we want to support. Where is it? Sisters. Oh, I've already done it. So let me try it. Right. Let me remove.
Just wanted to say, first and foremost, big up to Ella Janneh for all, like, the solidarity, like, we are with you. From what we witnessed today in the courtroom, what we witnessed during that hearing, it was enraging.
So maybe I should, let me read what the, so basically what it is, there's a, so just to break down what it is, there's unfortunately a child sexual abuse survivor, and she would go to a therapist, a European guy. And what's ended up happening is the therapist somehow has engaged in sexual relations with the victim who goes to him for therapy. But he's then like saying that his sexual acts is part of the treatment. So this is what I thought was quite shocking. So a survivor of a child sexual abuse is bringing a civil claim against a sex therapist, alleging that he raped her and sexually, I don't know if you can say that word, assaulted, you should, during a therapy session to treat panic attacks she experienced during consensual sex. Okay. I'll share the screen so you can present, so you can see. Stop sharing that, and then present, share screen. A big up roundtable RTG as well, brother. Window. Yeah, that one, there you go. So this is the sister, unfortunately, that was allegedly. I don't know how far it is in the case and stuff, but allegedly the sister was going to a European therapist, and they somehow, which I guess is violating all kinds of rules, to have intimate relations with your patient. They call them patients or victims, or it would be a patient or a client, patient, in that kind of setting. So Ella, she's 37 years old. She waived her right for autonomy. She's bringing claims for assault, including rape, and negligence against Michael Lousada, I think his name is, and Antaros Books Ltd, a company where Miss Lousada was a director. Mr. Sorry, I ain't got my glasses. Ella has filled her claim at the High Court, and the civil trial is due to begin Friday. So this is what they're saying, and then I think the video I'm about to show is afterwards, right? Ella claims that on the 18th of August 2016, same time, the Diddy thing apparently, isn't that? Maybe 2016 is a bad time. Who knows? Same date as well. Look at that. For sexual assault and the grape word her at his clinic in Belsey Park, Friday, London, W13 by digital and penal penetration. I don't know if this is when they say by digital. I don't know if they say like you're sending messages or something like this, and then obviously the other one isn't digital. I don't. Maybe there's devices they use. I don't know. See, this is the thing. Okay. So maybe because he's a therapist, he's saying this kind of stuff. I think one of Oprah Winfrey's religious friends did similar things. Maybe I think he's in jail now. Her case also argues that the assault was negligent, a breach of the duty of care owned by a therapist. I would agree to that. That's definitely something you can't be doing if someone's going to in a vulnerable state. Mr. Lousada claims Ella consented to the sexual activity. In the documents filed at the High Court, he states that his use of penal and digital presentation was a reasonable treatment method for Ella's presenting problem. I don't know. Is this like a unique kind of healing? This sounds very contemporary. I don't know. He says the claim should have been filled sooner, and it's now out of date. The alleged assault was reported promptly to the Metropolitan Police in May 2008. So that's 2 years after the act. It looks like the Crown Prosecution Service informed her that it would not be pursuing a criminal prosecution. All right. So this is. Let me see what the sisters say about this, because the sister space has jumped on. Greetings, Sister Shireen as well. We're looking at a case for those joining now of a sister. This sister here who's claiming that she she was a victim of historical abuse towards women. That word that we can't say apparently for some reason. And she went to a therapist at a firm, and I think he started doing some kind of intimate sexual kind of things, and she's yeah. I don't know if that was what they're advertising or something unique, and I have no idea. So I'm going to listen to the video and see if the sister gives me more clarity, just so we understand what is actually going on here.
The fact that
Rewind.
Just wanted to say, first and foremost, big up to Ella Janneh for all, like, the solidarity, like, we are with you. From what we witnessed today in the courtroom, what we witnessed during that hearing, it was enraging. The fact that Ella could be so brave throughout all of this time. For those who don't know, for a quick synopsis, Ella went for a treatment with a psychotherapist. She went, as a result of childhood sexual trauma. He ended up basically penetrating her with his penis, and saying that his penis is like a laser beam to burn away trauma, or however he phrased it. But the fact of the matter is, he refuses till today to take accountability for re-traumatizing, adding to the trauma that Ella has experienced thus far. But let me tell you something, when we were in that hearing today, I am disgusted by the fact that a white woman can get up on that stand, Ruby May Tantra, I think her name is, she could get up on that stand and basically victim blame, say that while she understands or she sees that what Michael Lousada, because that's the name of the therapist, she could see that all of the things that he did was wrong. Objectively, the things that he did to Ella was wrong. Then she turns around and goes, but after seeing Ella, you know, she feels slightly differently about how Ella's role in her own trauma. Basically, like I said, victim blaming. And it's interesting, isn't it, that white women can talk about how black women are not allowed to be victims. Essentially, that's what we heard today. This expert witness basically saying that Ella had a part to play in her own trauma, had a part to play in essentially the sexual violation that she experienced, and we can't stand by and let that happen. So the hearing continues tomorrow. Raw Courts of Justice.
Wednesday.
Tomorrow, Wednesday, 15th of May. So it's the final day, I believe. Try and come down to support.
76.
Are we still in the same courtroom?
76,
courtroom 76 tomorrow. Come through. It's a public situation. You can come through. You can be there. We need to show Ella support because share it because this can't run.
10:30.
Justice for Ella Janneh.
10:30. Show up for Ella.
Has that happened? Because you know me, I always see videos so late. Oh dear, I hope not. Let's see. I'm just going to type in sister space, just to see if we've missed it. Sister. Sis. This phone, man. Oh, because I'm running my internet, so of course. Let's see when that was. Was this the same day? Hold on, what's this?
So, first of all, I want to say, Ella, as has been said, look, just look. And I want to say thank you for reclaiming your power. And we are here to help with that. I came from Parliament.
I'm just sorry. I was just looking at my phone. I wonder if I can catch it on it. Let me see if I can just get it. That'll be nice. Sister space. Ella. I think if Instagram is you're not logged in. Oh, maybe oh no, it's sis. There you go, sister space. So we big up the sister there. We want her to have solutions and all that. You know, I don't know the ins and outs of the cabinet wasn't there. Oh, that's not the one. But we definitely want to make sure that she's looked after. It's never good when these things happen, and this is the thing about abuse. That's why we want to stamp out the community. Just abusing people, I mean, if someone's getting abused and they go to a professional environment, and that's another thing. Maybe having black women funded run spaces for women who go through this, because once again this is a European man doing sexual things to a black sister, trying to heal her in London of her trauma from the. Now I don't know if this is some kind of contemporary breaking. I don't know the ins and outs of it, right? Because obviously I'm old school. Obviously they might say this is do techniques that is very effective. I don't know the nature of why she went. I don't know if it was a particular, I want to start being intimate again. I don't know. But either way, the sister wasn't best pleased. Let's see if I can find this. All right, let's see some of these videos. So if I was to share this, maybe that might help. Present. Stop. Let's see, because there's videos. So I think we've missed the actual hearing. So for those who know, we're looking at a sister who's claiming she's abused by a European firm. Who she went there to deal with her trauma about her history of being assaulted, which many sisters go through, and we have dealt with it before. We've done many behind the scenes and open work to try to offer solutions to these kind of outcomes, or just prevent them in general. But let's see if this works at all. All right, there we go. Let's so that maybe this might. I think this will help. Hopefully, don't tell me to log in. All right, so this obviously maybe if I'm going to do the zippity doodah trick and put it on my other one. So let me try the zippity doodah trick. I think I'm logged in here, so hopefully it's not some message. Yep, this should work. So I'm just gonna share that. Technology, present, stop share, stop. Yeah, man, all these things popping up every 7 seconds. Every 7 seconds, popping up. So if I was to put this here and make it separate, what happens? Yeah, that looks like that's right. That looks right. Yeah, that looks right. All right, so I can put that there. Looks like all right. Okay. Bobina's your auntie. All right. So this must be the one I downloaded. This must be the day after. This was maybe a kind of note or something. Let's see. Are you speaking? Hold on. Can you guys hear that? Because I don't. Can you hear that? I'm going to assume you can. They're describing because I'm running it through my machine through the speakers through the microphone. So I don't know. I'm going to assume you can hear it. If you can't hear it, just say, "Oh, look at that spinning ball of death." Don't do that to me. We should. Mike, you guys can hear that, right? Can you guys? If I don't know if my machines will play up because normally when I talk, I can see maybe it's because it's been a death. I can see like audio jumping, but I don't know. But then maybe my machine's actually slowing down because I've got so much things running through it. If you can hear the video, say I can. Just give me a message. There's one person if you can. If you can't, I'll keep playing it. I'm sure it was fine. There's someone with a said site. Let's just carry this 1 minute or so, then we'll carry on. Yeah. I'm gonna stop that. I don't know if you can hear. Maybe it's 10 years later? My thing. I don't know if you hear that. I'm trying to play back to see if I can hear it on this playback. I'm sure it should work, but maybe I'm wrong. I am using a different method of screaming, sort of. Well, yeah, the sister. They're talking about Sister Ella case. Sister Ella's case with sexual assault. That word. But yeah, I maybe using this way of talking doesn't work. So if you can hear me, let me know. I'll go back to the traditional. But there's a lot of stuff here to unpack. I don't know if maybe I should be downloading. Maybe I should download that because that's a YouTube thing. So let me download and maybe come back to that. But what I can do is let me play a court case, similar but different. Stop share, please. I hope you can hear me clearly. Oh yeah, no sound fact. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so all right. Yeah, can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. That's terrible. The sound wasn't working. So yeah, you gotta let me know, man. It's gonna sound like some kind of static interruption. I was trying to run it off this site, but obviously I have to download it. I don't know, man. It really is a tedious thing to do this stuff, man. The one-man band thing, it's never good. But anyway, let's go. Let's hear some stuff. Cancel that, please, friend. All right, it was a very interesting video that you missed. He's talking about the case, but I'll see if I can download it. It's very quite interesting. So while I play the Diddy news stuff,
Sean Diddy Combs. The video, captured on multiple cameras, shows Combs assaulting his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in a hallway at a Los Angeles hotel in March 2016. A lawsuit filed by Ventura in November last year and settled the next day referenced actions that seem to match those seen in this video. There is no audio. According to the complaint, Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye, which, according to the lawsuit, prompted Ventura to try and leave the hotel room. The surveillance video obtained by CNN begins as she enters the hallway. The complaint says as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at Miss Ventura. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. The complaint goes on to say he grabbed her and then took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her.
All right, so I'm just sorting something out. Yeah, so this is a video just popped in. I hope you can hear that one. Sorry if you guys were logging in and think if you ever don't hear nothing, it's not me pondering or procrastinating. It's probably a sound issue. So if that I think because I was running the video through Instagram, so that obviously there must be some kind of technical issue that I'll find out. But I'm downloading one video now. It's probably 17 minutes. Whatever. Oh, whatever, mate. It's whatever. All right. So let's go back to the actual the thing. So that we looked at that first and see that was a video of Puff Daddy attacking allegedly. Well, not allegedly. It's there. That's it. But unless that's an actual, I doubt it is. And that's not a good look. That's definitely something. And obviously, he's paid 15 million, which might include what this was. But once again, we believe in protecting women here. That you don't attack women, and if you do, you need to obviously make amends, fix it, and then get help. We definitely want to train our sisters to, how best to protect themselves and what to do afterwards, and try best to avoid like certain types whenever it becomes apparent that they're, error prone. Sometimes it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell who, the nature of a person, but they might do something once, and it should be a one and done. It should be cricket, not baseball. You see, in certain aspects, of course. I think attacking a woman might be a cricket kind of thing. Well, baseball maybe like, is something else, some other kind of lower thing, like they're late for a dinner or something. I don't know, but something like attacking a woman, that should be like a wicket thing, a golden duck, or whatever they call it. So yeah, don't do that. That's not cool. But once again, I don't know. This has just come out. It's just off the press. So let's go to share screen. Share. Care. Tell your family, tell your friends we're live. Last week we start. So we just looked at Ella Janneh's trauma. Very important. As we're speaking, I'm actually downloading. It's going to take 14 minutes to do that video that was blank, but it was very important. And let me just see if I can hear this. See if there's anything else that I can download just while we wait as well. Right. I'm just sorry if I'm silent. I'm just playing a video. You might not hear it, so to see which one I should download. Excellent. Right. So now, what we got? We got Sean Puppet there. Okay, Biracial Bonding Part 2. Now, this show can't really work if the brothers or sisters don't jump on. Those who might be of a biracial family. I think last week it was Brother Foster, I believe it was. He jumped on, but he seems to work very hard, so he might be tired. But it was something that, I mean, I should have re-downloaded that video, but full time. So a lot was said last week. And there was a brother, for those who don't know, he came on last week and he was saying, that he's got one black parent. I assume it was a dad, usually is. I think it was. I could be wrong. After my memory's bad, but he said, and he was very hesitant about Black Betterment, as well as myself and some other members. He has said that someone like me, he believes that someone like me is trying to maybe control people with one black parent so they don't do bad things or they don't create an army or something. So he has to say it himself. It was, it was what he was saying. But I told him, no, bro, we're here to assist people in the black community, and if you have one black parent, you are within the black community. And everything we do is like that. And he was referring to, he heard me quote things they call the mulatto problem. I think it was a quote from Chancellor Williams' book, and it was talking about where Europeans would impregnate Africans and use the offspring to as a buffer class to control the black community. It wasn't the techniques that they used to use. Different parts of the world they did different things, but in certain parts that's what they did. It might have been more so Portugal who did that. I could be wrong though. I know they did that in the Arabian places. But yeah, so yeah, that was what going on. And but he was very tired, so he couldn't really express. And I think we were talking about there's obviously experience that brothers have when they're born into these kind of relationships. And there could be a lot of trauma, and but sometimes what people are fearful of is are you raised to be anti-black or to be self-sabotaging? So if you are, then obviously Black Betterment is used as a healing tool. You see, and what was there was a video that came out from a guy called Afro Elite. He's got a small video. It came up on my wave. But he was talking about a guy who I've seen jump on videos, and he's a biracial brother. He's got one black parent. And I remember because he wasn't best pleased with Brother Umar Johnson, and but he also wasn't a best pleased with a lot of people. And he was the type of guy that when he gets angry with people, he makes these kind of videos and he demonizes them and all these things he does. But I think he did it to the guy whose video it was. And they tried to unpack why he was doing it. And this leads into my point that sometimes people come and they say one thing, but they actually mean something else. So this year, I'm going to come on this while I try to download this other thing, isn't it? That's not even halfway. Rubbish. But this is good. I've got this video. So let's open this one. Tell your friends we're live. This is continuing the Biracial Bonding Part 2.
Now, all of this, put that up at.
All right. So this is Brothers with Afro Elite. He's on the internet. He does like American, Native American, or not Native, I'd say foundational or descendants of enslaved American kind of content, and yeah, I think he's come cross paths with this brother. The reason why I listen because his brother's biracial, and he's quite openly against Umar and some of his stuff, but it's the reasons why we're interested. So let's listen to this while we download. And see if we can pin together like some motivations that some brothers might have, and so let's have a conversation about if there's any kind of truth there.
So, looking at it now, mind you, he is mixed. He's half white and half black. All right, just keep that in mind. So he goes to Umar and he has this discussion.
And Umar's not gonna like me because
now, mind you, now all of this, the scamming. This is when he gets a chance to confront Umar, pay attention to what his issue is.
I believe that you can date who you want to date, just don't be a coon. And, we regard Frederick Douglass with high esteem, and he married a white woman at the end of the day. So I look at a man's actions more so than who he dates.
Let me respond to my brother. And
So the time he has now, all of this thing of him trying to get on, him trying to talk about the school. That's why I said, I'm like, you know what? This don't really seem like the school is your big problem. It seems like you have another issue and you just really don't want to address the other issue. His other issue is interracial dating. That is his problem. Because everybody knows Umar has a big thing against interracial dating. He's probably the biggest person with a platform his size to really speak against interracial dating. That is it. And his problem is interracial dating. That is it. It's not the school. He's only using the school as a thing because and I'm gonna show you why. This isn't my only bit of evidence. He calls himself the king of receipts. He claims he's the king of receipts. He's gonna get dethroned tonight. This is his thing. The first thing he says, not about the school. Where's the school? What's going on? Is, man, I think you can date whoever you want to date and not be a coon. Okay, all right.
And I appreciate the dialogue because we still brothers even if we disagree. I want to clarify the Frederick Douglass piece. You're absolutely right. About a decade before his death as an old man, he married a white woman. But let's not forget about Queen Mother Anna Marie Douglass, who he was married to for nearly 50 years, who gave birth to all 5 of his children, who helped him escape from slavery to freedom, and who ran the Underground Railroad in Rochester, New York during his absence. I'm only bringing that up because we talk about the white woman so much that a lot of our children don't know. Frederick Douglass had a dark-skinned, chocolate, beautiful, nappy-headed wife. So I want to make sure Anna Marie Douglass.
Now, that was Umar's initial response. Umar didn't cuss him out. Umar was actually being very polite. He was being very polite and respectful with answering that, all right? Then I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
He was a very wealthy man. That white woman got all the Sidney Poitier's money. That non-African Latino got all of Kobe Bryant's money. That white woman got all of Marvelous Marvin Hagler's money. This is wealth that we need to empower the black community and build institutions. How are you not a sellout if you're giving white people that type of wealth when they've already stolen enough from us? How could you find a white woman who could ever understand you as well as a sister?
Yeah. Well, the only reason why I mentioned people's actions is because you yourself exclusively date black, yet you're one of the biggest scammers in our community. It's been 12 years.
Okay. So, and that's the end of that clip. Oh.
So, yeah, big up Brother Dominic's research. Yeah, so this brother, he's obviously not going on. We're called Biracial Bonding Part 2. We're trying to think if there's any challenges that the biracial community might go through and how to talk about it. And also that thing of and your brother's right, yeah, they're going to say he's got an Irish girlfriend as well, so that might contribute, or that definitely contributes to his feelings towards people who promote black love. It's I think one thing I really want to make clear for the brothers in the biracial kind of like community and stuff, when we talk about what it's very important that we make black men constructive and find constructive black women. But when we talk about finding black women and finding women, we're talking about people in the community. So we're not talking about the offspring of the individual. We're talking about whoever's a member, whether they're biracial, black, or whatever, or African, or whatever. You looking within that community to find a partner. So that's how it works. And I think the brother asked me. He said, "Listen, Raven, you talk about biracial people more than we do." I was like, I tried to figure what does that mean. And I go, oh, when I talk about black men marrying black women and stuff, and showing examples of black men who become rich and give the wealth out, whatever, you think I'm talking about you? No, I'm talking about how we can make black men marry black women. And he goes, oh, well, if you had your way, we wouldn't exist. I said, the truth is, mate, people are always going to have kids who are going to have kids with. It's more so, what do we promote as a template to which you are including that kind of concept, right? So this is like, yes, we want black men to marry black women, and if you're biracial, you want to marry either biracial or black women or whatever, right? We want to practice black betterment. That would be the goal. But some people, they're going to find that very challenging, you see. You see Brother Dominic's giving us the facts there. He's debating Mike anti-black. Yep, by the way, he's a white baby mother. Bless me again. It's he used to do the whole year of content or just pearly things. Now he's in cotton black. Yeah. So yeah, that's another thing that these people they get clicks by. Yeah, I think he was battling the pearly things kind of racist stuff when it was, and now it's probably civil wars amongst black groups. Yeah, I think they might even talk more about other stuff. Let me see. Is it 47? So let's see. I don't know.
Okay.
No idea. What number did I put there? I put number 41. So whatever. Yeah. So family. Yeah. So yeah. So brother Foster, you're probably working now, but it'd be good if you did a part 2. But if you can't, we can always push it to when you're ready, whatever it is. But then, yeah, that sorry I couldn't get some of the videos up, but that was to my claim. Let me go back and I'll play a bit of this before I cut off. But
and everything, he's constantly doing that for.
So we're looking at this brother's channel who he's being attacked by this biracial brother, and that biracial brother is also attacking brother Umar and other people, and the moral of the case study is sometimes there's trauma, there's something that they're not declaring a person. And whatever so he's saying that you're a scammer, you haven't made a school, but really it's he's him trying to get black men to marry black women that the brother's not best pleased with. So at some point we're gonna have to have this conversation because Black Betterment is the black community man within the group. That's a very big part of it. Which you don't have too many black men promoting that, and that's one of the challenges we face. And we want to make that concept very stand out clear. That's a very important concept. But that doesn't mean that people of one black parent can't do the same thing or can't come and do constructive stuff. You are not included in that concept of what we're saying. We're saying we want more of our community to work together, right? So I do understand why you might be confused, but yeah, feel free to jump on and give your opinion. Let me press play. Now, family, I'm gonna my machine. I mean, my internet's all messed up. My videos are terrible. I am downloading that thing, but let's see how long it's done. How long has it got left? It's got 2 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll play this, and then went down and I'll play the sister stuff, and then we'll end the show if there's no one wants to jump in. Because what we tend to do an hour of me waffling about nothing, and then the sisters and brothers will jump in, and then they give their opinions, and then that might bleed into something else, right? So listen to this, brother, then that'll give us enough time to download the video. And then I can try to write up my complaints for this internet company that has literally stopped working like crazy. I don't know what's going on. You should have a black-owned internet company. Big up brother Kane or sister Kane or Kane Black. Let me say Kane Black is the name.
Clicks and views, and then all of a sudden that starts to kind of dry up. That kind of starts to dry up a little bit. So he has to do something else now. Now he has to diss Tariq because that's another way he gets views. Now, listen to this. Share this tab instead. This up. Wait for the computer to... All right, here we go. Here we go. Now, this is fair use, y'all. Come on now. Come on, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. So he does a thing where he discusses Tariq losing.
Oh yeah, that brother who jumped on, brother Quincy. Yeah, we invited that brother Quincy on to. I think he's been on before. I haven't done any of his stuff, but I mean, yeah, that there's brothers out there who we do wish them well. That might be one of them.
To Umar Johnson. So now he's against Tariq and he's for Umar. After all of that talking shit about Umar, now he's with Umar and against Tariq. Okay. So this is what he has to say.
And wedding, block party, receptions, and stripper scandals, and I mean it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I mean, he literally represents everything that is wrong with our culture. We cannot get ahead. We barely got anybody trying to do the work as it is. Tariq Nasheed and Umar Johnson is the best we got as far as trying to do the work. And one of them is a scamming ass Hotep hustler. The other one, although he has done great work.
That's another thing. No matter how much you do for your community, people always wait for something to disagree with to judge you by. That's why we tried to say, what can you do? That's the concept, how can you work as a team? But this brother, once again, but also clout chasing and subsidies and online payments, whatever. This is also how a lot of people make their money. So sometimes chasing controversial stuff is how they get paid. We're looking at our brother now. We're just trying to say that sometimes when you promote black love, it might trigger a person with one black parent. That isn't the goal. We had a session last week where that might have been the case. And we invite our brother to jump back on. Let's listen to one more minute, then I'm going to open the other video and end the show.
Works.
I won't end the show if people jump on. That is obviously, I'm saying if people want to carry on, we can carry on. It's just, my hour will be up, and then it'll be the people's hour. So you have an hour of waffling and an hour of the people. That's what it is.
Although my introduction to consciousness was the Hidden Color series, and although I think it's great that he crowdfunded for a museum and actually built said museum, God damn it, as great as Tariq Nasheed is, we only got 2 to choose from, right?
That's this thing messed up, whatever. So yeah, this is the thing.
Come on.
I ain't got time for this. So that's another thing. You're only as good as your last job. That's how people treat you. It's not good enough. People are never best pleased. I think respecting people put the work in is a thing we need to get used to doing. But anyway, if anyone wants to jump on and talk about biracial bonding, we continue our talk with the biracial community about challenges and motivations to practice black betterment. Feel free to jump on. If you just want to talk about your views of it last week or ask more questions, feel free. What we're going to do, while people ponder if they want to do that, keep in mind if we don't have any people, I will cut off to try to fix my internet and maybe enjoy clean something just because, that's late and I'm tired. But while you ponder, if you want to jump on and have your say, let's listen to the sisters who are dealing with the Ella Janneh's trauma. I've downloaded one video, so we can listen. So they're going to break down. This is what you didn't hear. I was trying to play it earlier, but it wasn't playing. Technical issues, but I think it should put now when I've taken the. Oh, there it is. The sound. There it is. All right.
Here. This is the second day we've attended the
court
case with Ella against, I'll put MJ because I don't even want to say his name. But if you're unfamiliar, check some of our posts previously to kind of get an understanding. We just wanted to do this post really quickly to give some context, to ask you to show up tomorrow and to just highlight a few points. So in terms of the actual court case, one of the things that were highlighted to us outside of the court case, which is kind of being failed to be discussed or talked about, is the fact that during this incident, the claimant, who is Ella, was asked or put back or regressed to her state of the initial trauma. The initial trauma is child abuse, and she was told by the perpetrator, you are a child, you are a child. And so while she was in that regressive state is when the incident happened.
So when we talk about the perpetrator, we're actually talking about the person who she went to, the therapist, for help. And he set out to perpetrate sexual abuse against her, and that's the context we call him a perpetrator, because he's even admitted doing it, but he won't take responsibility.
The case is really complex, and a lot of the reasons that they've discussed is complex don't even begin to address it.
It's a civil case, by the way.
If regressive therapy is something you believe in, going back to the trauma, all of that stuff, and you're looking at childhood trauma specifically, then you are asking this person to revert back into a child state. So essentially, if you believe in this type of practice as a practitioner, you are now having a session with a child.
And so let me tell you about consent. A child cannot consent to any kind of sexual activity. A vulnerable person can't consent. So there's rules, there's laws to protect people from predators. So for someone to use the excuse that they were given consent, ignorance cannot be an excuse.
Which she never gave consent.
She
as
did
well.
not give
She
consent,
never gave consent.
but the perpetrator of this crime is trying to say that he was given consent. Okay?
I think even for clarity, just to say that Ella was seeking support from panic attacks that she experienced because of her childhood trauma, because of that childhood sexual abuse, and then was the victim to further sexual abuse, or trigger warning, rape, from this so-called therapist. And he claims or alleges that it wasn't rape, it was in fact his technique at sexual therapy. It's a very, very complex.
It's complex because there are titles as well. Are you a therapist? Are you a sex therapist? Are you this? Are you that? In what context is this person going to, are you offering help? Also, if you're the professional, then you're supposed to safeguard your client, not rape them.
There are so many details that we are just glossing over. To hear about the case is one thing, but to experience it is another. It is open to the public. Tomorrow is their last day. That would have made 9 days. And this is something that Ella has been battling for 8 years. We have seen the perpetrator. He doesn't look like somebody who's being treated as though he's a perpetrator. The whole
court system,
this whole process.
It's actually very, very fascinating. It's fascinating watching the judge. And it's also fascinating seeing how the judge relates to her legal team and even the witnesses, how they're treated and everything. If you can, it really is a good experience to come and just see how the whole system works when we're talking about barriers to reporting.
Black women specifically. But I wouldn't use the word fascinating. Yeah, it's very frustrating, it's offensive, it's racist, it's misogynistic.
That's why it's fascinating to see.
Yeah, so
but you know what it is, because when we look at intersectionality, it doesn't get much clearer than this in terms of an actual depiction of a clear bias. And so things that won't necessarily be transcribed, that can't be articulated, but can be clearly seen across the courtroom, clearly felt across the courtroom, it's something that you need to physically experience. If not for yourself and your own understanding, then at least for Ella. She needs the support. All she's asking for, or all we're asking for on her behalf, is the support. Her legal team have done amazing and are being treated heinously.
And a big thank you to everybody who came today. It really did
makes a difference.
But you know, I want to make one big point is, why didn't the CPS pick this up? Why did it have to go to a civil court? Why has Ella had to fund and fight for effectively 8 years to get justice for sexual assault and rape?
There's clear mistreatment in the whole process, which is not unfamiliar to a lot of our service users. But I think this is something that's going to we're going to dive deeper into after the courts. Tomorrow is the final day. It's courtroom 76, and some people have said by design. It's very hard to find. Once you're in the building, it's the top floor, 76.
Third floor.
You can.
Lift is not working.
The lift is not working. You can leave at any time. You can come at any time. So if you can only show support for 20 minutes, it's better than nothing. If you're there for an hour, ideally the whole day. We have seen firsthand the difference when we're there in numbers versus when it appears as though Ella isn't supported.
So we can see the difference in how the court system is treating not only Ella but the whole legal team,
especially in comparison to the defendants team
and more importantly is how Ella is feeling uplifted by the support. And I have to say that the support was diverse. Yes, we had people from all kind of demographics, and you're all welcome, because this is a problem for everybody. Okay?
Because of time, we're really lightly touching on the subject. We are going to dive a lot deeper, but we are essentially doing a disservice at how intense this case is.
Looking at a case of Ella, she's accusing a European gentleman of sexually assaulting her. She went to a therapist of some kind to help her deal with past assault and sexual assault. And then what's been reported is that particular therapist, if you want to call the person that, then assaulted Ella in allegedly a method of trying to make her remember the past or something like this. And the sisters are obviously having support. The fact that we're going to end the show very soon, yo. We're going to play one more video of just them outside, and then we're going to end. I'm going to have to go, and this might test rubbish. My interest terrible. Well, if you want to jump in, have your say, why not? Or I will cut. Any sisters want to give their opinion about the Puff Daddy incident, or the sisters incident, or last week's incident, not last week's discussion about biracial bonding? If not, we're going to end. But I'm going to play one more from the sisters thing. This is them outside the court case. Showing support, I think it is. Here we go.
How many people showed up for you today at the Royal Courts of Justice? Because as far as we're concerned, as a black woman, you matter. And so whether it's Sister Space, whether it's me, whether it's all of these people, whether it's Dawn Butler, we are going to show up each and every time.
And
it
tomorrow,
matters.
there's going to be more of us. More of us and more of us and more of us. Court number 76.
Courtroom 76 at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. Due to the lengthy submission of the defense barrister today, it means that we're back again tomorrow, but we're not deterred. We're going to show up. Practically speaking, when you come tomorrow, no matter what you hear, because some of the facts are really, really enraging, they'll make you so angry, they'll make you feel exhausted, they might even trigger you. Please try not to make any sounds, because the judge mentioned today that we would even throw people out for making any sound. So let's use our silence for solidarity when we show up tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. to be here, Royal Courts of Justice, courtroom 76, and show Ella that she matters.
One thing, they're going to tell you that the room is full. The court is not full. Go and look for yourself.
Also, if you come in, if you can only be here for 1 hour, that's fine. 10 minutes is fine. Showing up, showing solidarity. Some people have to leave during, which means seats become available. So no matter the time of day, please show up.
Please show up tomorrow. All right, on free.
Big up the Sister Space there. Now, family, I'm going to let's have a quick recap. So today, where's this video? Today we briefly went with Biracial Bonding Part 2. We continue our talk with the biracial community about challenges and motivations to practice black betterment. This was a continuation from last week where we had a brother on who wasn't best pleased with myself and some others, and he accused us of maybe trying to hold biracial people back, apparently. We invited him back, but he was tired. I think he was at work, and we said come back this week, but I think he might still be at work, so maybe another time to discuss that and discuss those issues of, what is, how do biracial people feel about certain things and our stance on certain things. So we were back. Then we had what we just seen here, Ella Janneh's trauma. We look at Ella Janneh's case against Michael Lousada and review the claims of victim blaming. The court case was blaming Ella for her own kind of trauma or something like this. And then we also had a quick brief view at what just broken now, Sean Diddy Combs seen physically assaulting Cassie in 2016. So, if there's no one who's going to jump on this week, fam, I have to go do Leodo. I'm going to quickly leave with some stuff after. I've got stuff to do, but it'd be good if I can get done before I go to bed, unless someone jumps in. But if not, it's been a fantastic time, and we can continue this. Oh, there we go. Oh, cool. Yeah, we can continue this. Continue. Tim, whatever. Yeah, we'll continue this next week if we can. But if not, have a good one, Black Bearman, to all Black Bearmen. All right. See you guys later. Very short show. Leave the studio.